Kind of digging deep into some of the emotional aspects of sales now. The next one is pain agitation. Okay? Now, this one I struggled with a lot. And still do struggle with a lot. I'm going to openly admit to you that pain agitation works in sales incredibly, but it's been one of the more difficult things for me to implement. The reason is because I'm so positive. I'm just always about seeing the positivity in something, not the negative in something. But understanding and acknowledging your prospects and what they're going through, it's only going to take you so far. People need to have their buttons pushed. They really do. People need to get out of their comfort zone. People need to understand that there are, consequences out there. They need to understand that they need to feel that they have to change. You need to get them to a point. In order for a big decision to be made, they've got to get to the point where they feel the pain and they no longer want it. Anthony Robbins is somebody that I learned this quote from. Anthony Robbins said, and this is actually, I don't know if he came up with it or not, but I just always remembered it from him. So I don't know if I'm giving the right person credit, but Anthony Robbins would say, really, there's two great motivating factors out there for people. There really is. Two major motivating factors. One is the gain of pleasure. People wanting to get pleasure. They want to gain. They want to have more. They want to be more and do more, and they want to get more out of life. There's this gain of things that make them happy. Gain of pleasure. But the other motivating factor, and Anthony Robbins says this one is actually far more powerful, is the avoidance of pain. Avoiding pain will motivate people more than getting something new. Now, I'll give you an example. The average person here in this country, if you go around, the average person works a job. The most average job is Monday through Friday, usually 9 to 5 here in the United States. So, they work a job, they make enough money, hopefully, to support their family. They're probably not getting rich at their job. Sometimes they love what they do, oftentimes they do not. The average person that works here in America doesn't even love what they do, but they go to work every single morning. And not only do they go to work, they oftentimes wake up early and they leave their family to go sit in traffic, because we have a very populated country, to go sit in traffic for an hour, to go drive to a job that they don't even really like, and then they go work there the whole entire day just to come home and be exhausted, and all they want to do is eat dinner, watch TV, and go to sleep so they can do it again the next day. And they do this over and over and over. This is the most common thing that the average person does in this country. Now, hopefully they at least like their job, but a lot of times they don't. The reward, the gain of pleasure, is not really strong in that situation. It's not much gain of pleasure to go sit in traffic for an hour each way, and to go sit at a job all day working hard for something you don't even like doing. They're not motivated by the gain of pleasure there. And a lot of times, it's barely even enough money. What are they motivated by? They are motivated by not getting fired. Because if they get fired from that job, what happens to them? Financial pain. They can't pay their bills. What does that feel like? Put yourself in a position real quick where you make just enough money to make ends meet. Your rent payment or mortgage payment, your car payment, your food, your groceries, your bills, your electricity, your cable, your water, your kids' clothing, your kids' food, your kids' school. You got all this stuff and it's budgeted, and you need X amount of money to make this work, and you basically just make that amount of money and you've budgeted it all. Imagine the pain if you walked into work and you got fired and you had to go 1 month or 2 months or 3 months without any money. How devastating would that be to your life? How devastating would that be to not have money, to then be facing eviction or foreclosure? How devastating would that be if your car got impounded because you couldn't make the payment? Do you understand that people are so fueled by the avoidance of that they will drive an hour in traffic to go work at a job they don't like, 40 hours a week after week after week, and all they get out of life, after a year goes by, they haven't really done anything. They come home, they're exhausted, they watch TV, they go to sleep. They'll do it over and over and over just to avoid the pain. That right there is why pain agitation is so important. Understanding is not enough. You've got to truly get in and agitate that pain a little bit. You've got to bring it up. Now, there's two ways to do it. There's obvious pain that they already know about, and you're just agitating that and pushing that button. But then there's also pain that they don't have a heightened awareness of it. There's pain that they're going through and they don't even know what it is. And the more that you agitate that pain, the better. I gave you an example earlier. Agitate the pain by really going through understanding. Maybe they bought a bunch of courses. They've attended a bunch of seminars. They've gone through all of this and none of it worked. And it was for reasons out of their control. Remember when we talked about doing that? The reason out of their control is, like in the internet marketing industry, it's a fire hose of information. It's not your fault you're not learning. It's the fact that it's just so disorganized, it's chaotic, it's overwhelming, it's confusing. And then the solution is structured education. Here's this new solution I found. But the pain agitation is, listen, every single dollar you spend on every single course out there and every hour that you spend away from your family, you're already spending time away from your family for your job. Now you're spending time away from your family on webinars that's not even working. So you're literally taking time away from your children on things that aren't even working. You're agitating the pain a little bit. You're spending money that you likely don't even have, that you're going into debt. You're getting into debt with credit cards. How does that debt feel? Right? There's all of this pain. Now, you relate to people because it's real. Most of us in this room can relate to a pain like that. Most of us in the room probably have invested a lot in things that didn't work. You can relate to that pain. So, you know it personally. You know how it feels. Relate to them and agitate that pain. People are going to be motivated by the avoidance of that pain. So if you bring that pain to the surface, they're going to do anything that they can to get rid of that. Pain agitation is a vital selling tool for you.